Good day everyone, I am Assumpta Rapunzel Cesar Ryan and I am the last reporter of Group 3. Let's start! Screen printing, traditionally called silk screen printing, also known as serigraphy or serigraph printing. It is a printing technique where a mesh, thread, or cloth is used to transfer ink or dye into a layer, like this one, but except to those areas that made the ink impermeable or not passing through by the blocking stencil, just like the side of the wood. Next is a blade or squeegee like this one. Blade or squeegee is used to transfer ink and move across the screen to cover up the open space and holes of a thread with ink. When the blade transfers the ink into the stencil, it has to be a reverse stroke. It is only up and down of the screen to touch the line along with the stencil. This causes the wet ink to put in a right layer and be pulled out of the thread to give the color of the painting. Remember, one colored is printed at a time, so the several screen can be used and produce a multi-colored images and design. Screen printing recognized in China, Japan, Europe, and in other Asia countries, especially here in the Philippines. Fabric and papers are commonly used in screen printing but with the specialized ink and chemicals. Printmaking is a process of creating artworks by printing normally on paper, fabrics, wood, metals, and other surfaces. But in theory, printmaking normally focuses by creating print using hands in a photographic reproduction. Ukiyo-e is a genre of Japanese art of Togana period, and it is called the Pictures of the Floating World, which is focuses on the female beauties. Made by the two Japanese artists, which is Katsushika and Otogawa Hiroshige, and produce woodblock prints and paintings. The difference between the screen printing and printmaking is the techniques, which were it commonly used only in fabrics, while the printmaking focuses on the materials, which is hard or soft. The innovative printmaker Martin Scongior, also known as Martin Sean, which means Martin Beautiful or Pretty Martin. He known as Pretty Martin because of his artworks that generally focuses and recognizes the simplicity and religious subject of his paintings created by his own hands. He was a German famous graver and painter, just like the other younger artists, which is Albrecht Dürer, Rembrandt, Francisco Goya, Honor Victorino Daumier. Albrecht Dürer is a younger artist, print maker, painter, and a greatest German Renaissance artist. His work includes mostly on altar pieces and self-portraits. Rembrandt was also a painter and a printmaker. He was famous for his portraits, including self-portraits and his biblical and historical artwork. Next is Francisco Goya, or Francisco José de Goya y Lucentes, was a Spanish romantic painter and printmaker. His paintings, drawings, and engraving portraits reflected contemporary historical. Lastly, the French painter, sculptor, and printmaker Honor Victorine Daumier, known because of his artworks, which is more about cartoons and drawings, just like the Night Watch painted in 1642. Those were the famous younger artists that in theory, just like what I've said earlier, they paint using their own hands. But now, in this generation, we are more upgraded. we have these machines that we use to copy pictures, just like the scenography and the first laser printer. Scenography is a photocopying printing technique invented and developed by Chester Carlson in 1983. And the laser first printer is based on modified scenographic copier, which was invented by Gary Starkweather of 1969. That's all. Thank you for listening, and God bless everyone.